Brisbane hoping to avoid a fourth consecutive loss. They enter this match in 14th position on the ladder. They have never sat this low on the table at this stage of the season. So, to sum it up, after 16 rounds, this is the worst season Brisbane has ever had. They'll aim to break their losing sequence, of course, with the youngest Broncos team in 7 seasons. Average age, 23 years and 6 months. Their most experienced player is their captain, Darius Boyd, whose form has been called into question for a number of weeks now. He's played 307 games, and next to him, Peter Sterling at the back, 2 rookies in Herbie Farnworth and Xavier Coates.
Yeah, really looking forward to watching these 2 young men on debut, 19 and 18 years of age. They'll be looking for Darius Boyd for some direction out there. Darius back to fullback, played up in the halves last weekend.
Last couple of years has been exceptional. This year has been probably a level above that. There's Xavier Coates. They call him Little GI.
I saw him playing Queensland under-18s team for game 1 up in Queensland. He killed him. He got me into the match. He looks an unbelievable prospect.
He's already played Test football for PNG. It's not quite the baby Broncos, but it is a very different looking Brisbane outfit. Against the Harden Sharks this afternoon, who possess over 1,000 more NRL caps than their Brisbane counterparts at home. There's Jaden Bailey and now Aaron Woods, who got through 47 minutes in his return of injury against Canterbury last Sunday, and he gets his first starting role of the season over the 30-day go. And there's that man I highlighted, Kurt Capel. Taken by Turpin near the 40-metre line. Now Gallen away from Johnson, and this is Britton Nakora, who has extended his deal with Cronulla until the end of season 2022 this week. And Gallen now, using all of his experience, carts the ball up to within 36 metres of the Broncos line. Positive first set for Cronulla, and Townsend on the back of it pings a high kick up in the air. And it's taken by Xavier Coates, born in Port Moresby. And get it, Shibasaki shoved back now to within 11 metres of the Broncos line.
Yeah, it's a good first set from the Sharks, prepared to throw a couple of passes wide to make sure that they weren't gang tackled. And in the end, they got an attacking kick up, and now to force some errors, the Broncos bring it out through Matt Lodge, 30 out from his own line.
So here's Boyd. A combined number of games in the Brisbane back line of 347, and Darius has played 306 of them. It goes to show just how new this Broncos lineup is. That was O'Sullivan kicking off the left boot, playing halfback. His 3rd NRL appearance himself, playing alongside Jake Turpin in the halves. Dugan tackled on his own 30-metre line. Tony Staggs, the man that wrapped him up. Now Nakora. Play to Jaden Bailey. Through Pryor to Townsend, and a floating ball for Capel. The defence going backwards here. Capel's got over the halfway. Turpin made the tackle with Shibasaki in the end. Bronson Sherry, Chad Townsend, Aaron Woods, Paul Gallen hit hard as he caught the ball by Alex Glenn. Lodge and Haas offering assistance. As Townsend once again with a high kick. Coates goes back with the flight of the ball and takes it a couple out from his own line.
Yeah, using the ball. Got some space out on the left-hand side in the back row. Kurt Capewell took the ball himself. If there's space, maybe pass the ball to Bronson Sherry.
Here's Tavita Pangai playing second row this afternoon. And there's Farnworth, born in Burnley in the UK. Boyd out of dummy half. Good meters. It'll come for an O'Sullivan left foot kick. Gets it to bobble around across the turf, and Moylan knocked it back. He's tackled on the 20-metre line. 8th game of the season for Matt Moylan and hasn't scored a try so far this year.
He's slow up as well.
Who was it? Was there a swinging arm on that tackle?
Yeah, he got hit high and he looked at the referee for some kind of action. There was none.
Here's Sherry.
Here it is. Matt Lodge over the top. Yeah, got him right on the chin. I'll hear a little bit more about that one.
Moylan is okay and he's giving it to Dugan. Quick play the ball. Moylan goes to dummy half to Johnson, now for Woods. Taking it forward. Fishman last. 30 out. The centre of PointsBet Stadium, and another high kick from Chad Townsend aimed towards Xavier Coates. They did a lot of work, the first game wingers under the high ball at training during the week. They had all sorts of weird and wonderful techniques. They had those swimming noodles out, and they were waving them in the faces of both of those young wingers, trying to distract them. So I think they've anticipated a fair few high kicks coming their way. Down to Sam.
Yeah, perfect conditions today for rugby league. 18 degrees. There's a nor'easter, apparently, something like that. But I cannot see any flags moving out here at all. Hopefully we see some great footy in these great conditions.
Here's O'Sullivan attacking some fractured defence, but it was the last tackle and Boyd's caught with it on the halfway. Fecky with the first run. He'll head to the UK Super League next year on a 3-year contract with Castleford, Josiah Fecky. Here's Townsend. Johnson playing short to Nakora. Great one-on-one tackle. To Tony Staggs. Excellent. Brayley away for Townsend for Woods. He skipped straight past Flagler and got the ball back to Brayley, who stopped a couple out from the line. Wrapped up by Pangai. The Sharks looking for their first. A kick from Johnson to the in goal. Oh, Dugan got there but knocked it on.
Don't blow it on yet. Josh Dugan might be injured there, Chach.
Hang on, mate. Time out. H, check this for me, please, mate.
It looked like Dugan dived for the ball.
Yes, mate.
And he lands with an arm up in the air. So you've had a lot of shoulder problems. So his arm's in the air and then lands with the arm extended.
Well, that's how you do it. Down with the arms extended and pressure. There's no try, obviously.
This will show it here.
And they invited Cronulla down this end by handing the football over on the halfway mark. They'd worked their way back into the field position battle. Josh Dugan, it looks like he's got a back injury there. You can see there as the pressure was applied, he flinched. So maybe it's not shoulder, maybe it's further down. He might have just copped the knee there of Darius Boyd in the middle of the back, or the side of the back. Darius Boyd appealing straight to the referee. He knows that he made some contact there, completely accidental, or diving for the football. But they hurt.
And Dugan is yet to move.
And all the players, they're ready for the 20-metre restart. So I would imagine that they will move Josh Dugan out of the field of play and look to get underway again as long as he's okay to do so.
Right, well, this is taking some time, the trainer with Dugan. Well, we don't know what's wrong with him exactly. I suppose it's a relief to a degree that it's not a shoulder in those circumstances, because more often than not they're a dislocation.
I've got no doubt, Matt, it was the knee of Darius Boyd that's got him in the back.
Oh, time's up. I'm not sure, mate.
And you can see him just trying to move it, to stretch it. Just watch the right knee of Darius Boyd.
Oh.
Bang.
Okay, Dugan's up and he's running back to the defensive line. So all's well that ends well.
Time on.
Now Payne Haas with a point to prove, perhaps. Missing origin after playing his first game in the series opener. Now for Pangai. Tackled by Jaden Brayley. Here's Flegler, one of the shining lights for Brisbane so far in the competition, and he executes a quick play the ball for McCulloch to go to Lodge, and then through O'Sullivan and for Staggs. Wrapped up by Dugan. Only play number 3. McCulloch back on the inside. Lodge will tuck it under the wing. Thought about an offload. But maintained it. And now O'Sullivan can run here. O'Sullivan inside the 20. Positive signs for the Broncos with the ball. It's Turpin with a kick. It might just be a fraction. No!
Guess who?
It's Xavier Coates
Oh, wow.
with a phenomenal leap.
Oh, we have seen that before. What
They were
about that?
comparing him to Israel Folau in terms of his skills in the air,
Well,
and we've just seen why.
the kick is a beauty. On the Isuzu D-Max replay from Jake Turpin, you want the ball to arrive just as you chase it does. And on the chest, Herbie Farnworth, welcome to first grade. Xavier Coates, I'm sorry. You're welcome to first grade.
The athleticism, breathtaking. Sam Thaiday.
What a fantastic kick, but what a fantastic chase there by Xavier. Sitting here on the sideline, to be honest, I thought Jake Turpin may have kicked that ball a little bit too far. Here it is here, the kick. He puts it up. He's having a look at it. But Xavier, the man on the spot, well done, his son, scoring on your debut.
Well, the chase made the kick. The kick was Indian goal. If it wasn't the big chase by Coates, it wouldn't have been a good kick because it would have got a 7-tackle restart.
Joey, when you saw him play in the junior reps, was he on the wing?
Yeah, he was on the wing. He played right wing there. And the Queensland under-18s team absolutely smashed New South Wales. I think it's the first time in 10 years they beat them. There's some outside backs, which Sam Thaiday might know more about that, but there's some outside backs for Queensland who looked incredible.
Well, that is something special.
Well, he got me out of the match from the wing.
No rush, mate. Stay behind. Wait for it, mate.
We've just unearthed something very special. Xavier Coates. Well, the airport's not far away. He was taking off like a 747. That was just an amazing leap.
Yeah, he left early and you're right, perfectly. I was going to say that a lot of talk about the wingers this afternoon, but I was really looking forward to the centre battle. I think Tony Staggs and Shitasaki have been excellent during a barren period for the Broncos, but wow, Xavier Coates, he's been catching them down the other end to get that high and catch it on the chest. That's brilliant stuff from the young man.
And a bit of confidence about Brisbane's work now.
Big charge there by Tavuta Pengai Jr. He went straight over the top of Paul Gallen. I don't think I've ever seen that in a game. He just picked him out and ran straight over the top of Gal.
And O'Sullivan with a kick that sits up for Fecky. He'll run back to the 20 and he's met by an enthusiastic Broncos kick chase. Well, look, you can take a lot of experience out of a football team, Andrew, but one thing we've seen over the years, when you bring in youth, they bring some spirit to the joint, don't they? And they've been down and out, Brisbane, so we might be seeing that.
And enthusiasm. And generally, they're not intimidated by who they're playing. Well, this young man, Xavier Coates, you'll be hearing about him for the next 10 or 12 years.
Nakora. Tackled by Alex Glenn. Here's Brayley away for Woods. Turned over and tackled into the turf. 32 out from Brisbane's line. Played to Brayley. And sent away for Townsend, who will kick towards Xavier Coates. Oh, he spilt this one. It's gone backwards, however. And Shibasaki will mop it up and run back near his own 20-metre line.
Yeah, the adrenaline there might have still been pumping. He just got it all wrong, got his hands in the wrong position to go up and take that one, but fortunately, he went backwards. He takes that carry now to the 30.
Play to Andrew McCulloch. Long pass to Lodge. Oh, Sullivan up the middle. He's been keen to run the number 7. And Turpin, starting in the halves for the first time in his NRL career, kicks high to Moylan, who's able to take it.
There's worrying signs for the Sharks around the middle of the field. Getting some joy on the edge of the ruck, but some of their forwards are rolling forward, playing the ball really quick. The coach will be disappointed. Here we go, a penalty will help.
On a couple of occasions, O'Sullivan has looked up and there's been 10, 15 metres to a defence that isn't coming up to meet him. On a number of those occasions he's run the football and kicked it. There is space there, no doubt.
Right at Capel. To Josh Morris. Who's been knocked in this tackle. Gallen, game number 339, he moves into 7th. Games played in NRL history going past Chris Hyington as Moylan. 21 out from Brisbane's line, tackle number 3. They swing it left. Pryor out to Jaden Brayley and then to Townsend. And now for Bronson Sherry. Chicken says play on, a bit messy at the ruck, but Townsend away now for Johnson, now to Moylan. Numbers, they should score here. Dugan will get there. He might be going to check with the bunker.
Yeah, no, he's done a great job here. Controls it in his right, the crook of his right hand.
Henry. Tackle 5, mate. Got try.
He had a man unmarked on the outside, got a little bit of footwork, and he's still uncomfortable from that earlier knock. The right foot step, holds it out and gets the ball down.
He's done well there.
Josh Dugan grounds the ball in the end goal. We have a decision.
Looking to move the ball sideline to sideline. The Sharks. And there's a beautiful pass in this lead-up from Chad Townsend. Gets across the field, a couple of decoys going back to the inside. But he'll straighten the attack here. Isuzu D-Max replay, straightens the attack. And they get pretty much straight to the edge with the 3-on-1. And Dugan decides, backs himself. Nice play by the Sharks. Alana?
Yeah, Joe, it's good signs for the Sharks playmakers. certainly combining, getting it from edge to edge. I thought Sean Johnson as well needed to improve on last week's game. He was able to draw those defenders in and release the ball at a perfect time, but great polish off for Dugan.
A change of goal kickers for Cronulla. Sean Johnson, after 2 unhappy weeks with the boot, has handed it over to Chad Townsend. And while they have lost their last 2 games, Cronulla, they outscored their opposition in terms of tries in both games. So it's been the goal kicking of Johnson which has proved the difference. None from 3 last week.
Yeah, David Middleton provided a statistic early in the day, 50 years since that had happened to a team where they scored more tries than the opposition, to the Cronulla 5 decades ago. Goal kicking letting them down.
That one's going to go to the right, no goal.
Converted attempt by Chad Townsend, unsuccessful. 15 minutes gone here at Brisbane Stadium at Broncos 6, Sharkies 4.
Josh Dugan scoring Cronulla's first, 6 points to 4. Chemist Warehouse Sunday football from PointsBet Stadium here in Cronulla. The stakes are pretty high this afternoon for both teams, you must say. The Sharks hovering around the cusp of the eight and the Broncos struggling to try and make a run towards the finals. Head to head, it's been a fixture which has favoured Brisbane over recent years.
Here we go.
Boyd will pick this up in the corner. Moylan leading the chase. Nakora down there. Johnson too. He's broken out of the first tackle, Darius, and gets back beyond the 10. Ruby Farnworth, a 19-year-old. In fact, the Broncos have won their past 5 games against the Sharks in their last 2 matches here at PointsBet Stadium. Remember that game earlier in the year up at Suncorp where Josh Dugan didn't play after doing a hamstring in the warm-up, and they lost Sean Johnson after only a handful of minutes as well. Here goes Lodge. Wrapped up by Woodslow and Johnson up the top. McCulloch's going to kick from dummy half. Doesn't get the distance he might have liked. Josh Morris can trap it all. Really gets around and slipped over. In fact, he is through them, Josh Morris. That was a heck of an effort to get back to his feet, balance up, and then still beat them. From Townsend, Jaden Brayley linking up with Johnson. He'll go to Nakora, who runs into the line. He's met by O'Sullivan. There'll be a penalty.
No advantage.
There's some poor defence on the far side there. In the Brisbane centre. Shivasaki, he overcommitted on Josh Morris. You can't let your man get on your outside, and Josh did. Got the fend going, and now a new set of 6 for Cronulla. Gallen, centre field, finds his halfback Townsend.
Oh, more than under pressure. Good catch. Shivasaki out of the line fast to put pressure on. Gallen to the 10 and beyond it. McCulloch's got him along with Flegler. Jaden Brayley away for Townsend. Early kick. Sherry was checked. Shivasaki couldn't send it out. And he's going to score the try. It's a try for Townsend. It was a testing kick. The Broncos couldn't turn and send it over the dead ball line. The Sharks now in front.
An early kick by Chad Townsend. Ball on the ground. Bouncing ball. Defence coming up in the face by Zuzu Demax replay.
It was young Coates.
Yeah, Coates spills his lollies. Townsend just follows his own kick.
He's experienced the agony and the ecstasy of first grade in one half of football. It bounced up, he had a second attempt at it, and Chad Townsend, following his own kick, able to get their second and put his side in front, Sam Thaiday.
Yeah, great work there by Chad Townsend, chasing his own kick. Anthony Seibold there, not very happy with that. But I think the Broncos will be a bit disappointed in their kicking game at the moment. They've had a few shallow kicks, giving the Sharks some great field position. And if you keep on doing that to the Sharks will keep on scoring tries.
It's such a weapon in the modern day, isn't it? The early kick. You talk about the fullback being up in the line so often, and if you can identify that, then the other side is very, very vulnerable. And that was second tackle.
Another kick wide out for Chad Townsend.
Well, the wind should help him here. Should start the ball out near that right upright and just shape that ball in. Wind blowing right to left on the screen. Went too hard.
Conversion take unsuccessful. Rugby played for his first half at PointsBet Stadium. Your Cronulla Sharks now lead 8 points to 6.
Wait, fellas, wait, we're on the clock. Stay behind.
Chad Townsend, none from two. They missed their last 5 shots at conversion all up. This Sharks outfit. With the modern game being as competitive as it is, you've really got to kick those goals when you've got a chance, don't you?
Yeah, the great goal-kicking coach, probably the greatest goal kicker we've seen, Daryl Halligan. That kick there, you should never miss it on the left-hand side of the post, he says.
Their best kicker is sitting on the bench. Flanagan.
Yeah.
6 to go. 6 to go.
But he's had his mixed form this year in terms of his goal kicking. Kyle Flanagan in, Wade Graham in Origin camp with the Blues, so Kyle Flanagan onto the bench this afternoon as Gallen goes up the middle. As he's done so many times on this ground, he stopped on the 40-metre line, plays it to Jaden Brayley. Here goes Aaron Woods. Taken by Flegler and McCulloch and Glenn. Brayley can run, goes to the line, where he's tackled by his opposite number 9. Lost the ball.
Aaron. I know, mate. I've got the scrum thing.
Yeah, he's just lost that. Aaron Woods was claiming that the pocket referee had called penalty. But the main ref said, no, I've got this under control. Unlike the man looking to play the football.
So I said Jaden
Brayley's Newcastle for next year for 3 years. That's the reports anyway.
It's a good signing.
Brother Blake signed a 3-year deal with Cronulla a few weeks back, so I think the writing was on the wall that one of them would probably have to depart the club. Here's Blake watching on this afternoon.
It's a remarkable circumstance, isn't it? Having 2 players that you know are going to play a lot of NRL first grade in the same family, in the same position. It was going to come up to a head at some stage. They knew that.
Here's O'Sullivan to Boyd sweeping around, goes to Staggs. Gets a ball away, nice one too. Darius, he gives the pass away. O'Sullivan running hard. He's stopped within 19 of the Sharks line. Towards Xavier Coates' side of the ground again. Can he get up? Yes, he can! He's done it again!
Is he on
This kid's a freak. Give him a cape. Call him Superman.
I agree. I'm of the same opinion.
Just checking he's onside.
Okay, time off.
He gets 2 touches on it,
We have
so
tackle 6,
make sure there's no knock on.
We have a try.
On-field
Just
call
want to confirm that
try.
There's no knock on from the Brisbane player before he grounds the ball.
You could just see it unfolding.
Right side kick chasers onside.
It's exactly the same as the first try.
No, does it go forward into Josh Morris's hands here?
That's a contest for the ball, isn't it?
I don't think it does.
Well, if he gets the first touch and then it goes on to Josh Morris.
That angle's a bit more damning, but the other angle, it looked to me that it missed Morris's hands.
This is always my argument. The game isn't played in super slow motion. Just show it in real motion and make a decision.
I think it bounces over.
Well, it touches Josh Morris's hand there. Of course it does. Look at it. Look, it goes off his hand onto Josh Morris's right hand and goes back into his
The ball
chest.
has come off Xavier Coates' hand and then touched Josh Morris, which classifies a knock-on. We have a decision.
Can we show it in real time? And we'll have a look at the contest here. It's a try every day of the week. Here it is from yesteryear when men were men.
It's a handover, boys. Wait.
Have a look at this contest. That's how the game's played, not in super slow-mo. Looking for reasons not to give a try.
The argument there is that there's 2 people competing for the ball. And neither have got possession in those circumstances.
So we're looking for perfection.
Both trying to grab possession at the same time.
He's a target.
How are they going to stop that? They know it's coming. It's just trying to get themselves between him and the ball, I suppose. They haven't been able to so far. Played by Nakora. Back to Jaden Brady. Now Johnson, he will kick here on the 4th. We saw the winger up, Farnworth, and this one will stop right on Brisbane's goal line. Good kick, Boyd with the return. Picks up 15 metres. Brayley there meeting him with Johnson. There is young Farnworth. He was part of the Manchester United Academy system at the age of 10. Herbie Farnworth. Decided league was his go. Brian Giggs was a keen rugby league player, wasn't he, too?
He was ball boy. You know when Mal Meninga scored that unbelievable try late with Ricky Sherwood through? He was ball boy. And Mal Meninga's his hero. Wow. His father played in Manchester for Salford.
He was a ball boy in a test match I played at Old Trafford. 86.
Gals off for arrest. He's up the tunnel, in fact. We're hearing maybe a hamstring problem for Paul Gallen. It's never too late to register your team for NRL Fantasy and take on your family and friends. It's free to register and play with great weekly prizes to be won as well. You can register right now at nrl.com/fantasy. Braden Hamlin-Ueli started against the Bulldogs last week. Awards met by Patrick Carrigan, 17 for the Broncos. Jaden Brayley for Chad Townsend. Away to Bronson Sherry. They had to get him, and they did, just in the nick of time. Brayley out for Johnson, now for Moylan. Flick back to Dugan, but the defence had brushed up.
Yeah, apart from when they scored the try, the ball movement hasn't created a whole lot for the Sharks going from side to side. The passes are being thrown whilst the opposition are just sliding. They haven't created a whole deal. Apart from, as I say, the tries. Johnson on the last goes very high.
A kick for Farnworth to deal with this time. been playing his football
He's in front.
for the North
He's offside
Devils
here, Darius. Just wait,
in the
please.
Intra-Super Queensland Cup. 12 tries in 11 games for that very famous Brisbane club, Herbie Farnworth, this year.
Bruce Kennedy, he's a big boy.
Now Haas. Lost the ball. Start the clock.
Shot clock's running, guys.
Campaign so far. Currently sitting at 2,535. Remember, you grab your tickets right now for the team in the library.
10 seconds. Up in Brisbane, let's go.
Penalties here.
Cronulla to feed the scrum. Just on Brisbane's side of the halfway. 4 errors against 1. Sharks with victories in 4 of their 6 home games in 2019. Played by Williams, over Townsend, Hamlin-Ueli, Moylan, Watson Sherry. Can't get around Shibasaki.
Yeah, that's going to be a good bat.
2 young guns, aren't they? Played by Hamlin-Ueli. He goes from Brayley to Townsend to Capeman. Good straighten off the left foot. Couple out from the line. It's 2 tries to 1 already. Cronulla only 2 points ahead. Are they about to find another one? Johnson with a floater. Finds Fecky inside to Dugan. The defence got across. That was Staggs with a tackle around the bootlaces. Last play, 1 bounce to Johnson. He'll cut back off the left. He steps again. And he jinks. He's running a room here, Shaun Johnson. He's not even going to be able to get a kick away in the end.
It's a disappointing end of the 6. Poor pass out of dummy half. Johnson was trying to step his way into some space to find a kick. Right in the end.
Strong defence from Williams and Woods on Alex Glenn. He has a good try scoring record actually against Cronulla, although his teammates are being shoved back here. Katoni Staggs that time. And you can see Williams rushing up and putting a shot on Pangai.
Shortening up
Harrigan.
Pangai, he was bent over there for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
Still out the back.
McCulloch up the middle, gives an offload to Boyd. Where's the support? Payne Haas is on the inside. Boyd throws it out in front of Farnworth, who was charging up, and Dugan's hand got in the way.
He made a massive tackle on Tavita Pangai Jr. Jack Williams. Then McCulloch gets out of dummy half. Here's the tackle here. Look at this. Folds him in half. Then McCulloch gets out of dummy half. Jack Williams just misses a poor tackle there. Darius Boyd, beautiful support. Have a look at this pass. It's going to be perfect.
Oh.
And that's what NRL footy is, that effort on effort. Big effort against Pangai Jr. Couldn't back it up.
So this young Brisbane side's overawed at the moment, would you? O'Sullivan with the ball now for Glenn. Stopped on the 10-metre line. He's having a big game, Sean O'Sullivan. Away to Patrick Carrigan. Hit hard, Jaden Brayley and Hamlin-Ueli. Within 5 of the line now. O'Sullivan to Turpin. Stopped in Chad Townsend's tackle. Here's McCulloch. Out to O'Sullivan, now to Payne Haas. He's going to charge into them. He's only a couple out. What do they got on tackle number 5? It'll come to Turpin. He tries to find the in goal with one. Oh, they stopped and looked at each other. The ball's still alive. Tavita Pangai's forced it.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
No one wanted it.
Make sure there's no interference here.
Okay, mate.
Well, this is extraordinary stuff from Cronulla.
I got tackle 1. Try.
Well, the ball goes between Chad Townsend
all the doodah around the ball
and Matt Moylan, and they both look at each other.
Okay. Broncos right side kick chasers onside. We've got a couple guys on the inside which we will monitor.
And they both stop at the ball. And then Josh Morris comes in. And he kicks it.
Oh, goodness.
Into the path of Pangai Jr. Oh,
No touch from Brisbane, so it's
Pangai.
play on at this stage.
Wow.
And Tavita Pangai Jr. grounds the ball. We have a decision.
Well, that's saying yours with your eyes. 2 Cronulla players.
Well, someone's just got to jump on the ball.
Wow. That is bizarre from a team with all of this experience. Moylan and Townsend and Josh Morris all there. None of them forced it. And the Broncos are in front within 10 minutes of the break. Sam Thaiday.
Yeah, Matt Chechen he threw it upstairs there and he said, I just want to check all this doodah around the kick. And I think it was a bit of doodah there. The Sharks would be very disappointed, but I don't know, does that go as a try assist for Josh Morris there? Who knows? Tavita Pangai, T-R-Y.
Well, that was Matt Moylan's ball. Fullback in that situation, he just has to demand the ball. They just both pulled their hands away at the last moment.
Especially his ball because he's moving forward to it. In the end, he just slid past it.
Tony Staggs from right in front. There'll be some worrying faces in the Cronulla coach box at the moment. Staggs sends it over. It's 12-8.
Where was Josh Morris trying to kick that? He replaces number 8, Aaron Woods.
What's he trying to do?
Okay, when you're in defence.
4 points of difference, 8 minutes remaining in this first half.
Stay behind.
Broncos 12, Sharks 8. And here's Reece Kennedy in his first game as a Bronco charging back.
Well, we've seen some joy off the boot so far in this game. Coach flying high on 2 occasions to score 1 try, denied another. Townsend kicking early. A mistake, he was able to score off his own kick. And O'Sullivan dribbles one through and the Sharks fail to commit. And Tavita Pangai scores.
Now Boyd. To McCullett. Now for O'Sullivan. Kicks for open space. Moylan gets a Bronx cheer from the Cronulla fans on the hill. What do you make of O'Sullivan? Oh, hang on, the ball's been lost. Oh, it's a penalty. Is it a penalty? No, it's a drop ball.
Well, he carries this ball in his left arm. He carries it quite loose. You watch Moylan when he has the ball. See the ball there. Sullivan drives hard at the ball. And he gets a result. He was playing at the ball. You can see his hands are in and around the ball. But it's a loose carry.
He's not having a happy afternoon, Matt Moylan, and his team's under a huge amount of pressure right now.
But they need more out of Moylan. They need more out of Sean Johnson. Last week, they were really down.
He goes Turpin for Coates, who's coming from the right wing and lost the ball.
Well, this is a move a lot of teams are doing now.
Patrick.
They'll bring a winger from the other side of the field. They'll use Darius Boyd as a decoy to try to
We're on the shot clock,
draw
fellas.
Josh
Start the
Dugan
shot
out
clock.
of the line.
Here, guys. 25 seconds. Let's go.
Darius Boyd will be coming out the back. Big contact there. Big tackle.
It's Britton Nakora coming up with the shot there. That's the play they love to use on the other side of the field, bringing Corey Oates across.
Wait.
He scored a couple of tries this season where he's just sliced straight through untouched.
Wait. Out.
They got it wrong there. Attacking the wrong game.
Played by Jason Bakuya. Here goes Jack Williams straight into Carrigan. Good collision. And good power into the defence too. Kennedy helping to drive him back. Darius leading the meterage. Out to Kurt Capel. 4 plays down on this set, and Cronulla just outside their 20.
They've gone nowhere.
Hamlin Ueli will play at centre field. It'll come to Sean Johnson for a long kick.
Go, boys, go! Go!
That's a good kick, actually. He really hit that sweetly. And it bounces for Boyd, who can cart it back. Oh, he slips over as he met Dugan. Britton Nakora, they're wrapping him up too. Here's Farnworth. And now Alex Glenn with 6 tries in 16 games against the Sharks in his career. He's equal best strike rate against any team. Lodge. On tackle 4, McCulloch goes to Carrigan, who went to Turpin. And now Pangai. That's the typical Pangai run. He got a pass away to Shibasaki. Stopped on the 10. The Broncos full of confidence with all these young bucks out there. Turpin, off for O'Sullivan, looked inside, plays out. The ball's been touched by Dugan, knocked back, play on.
Knock on.
Knock on off Cronulla.
Scrum's here.
Pack it.
Scrum here, mate. No, mate, their feed, mate.
There goes Sullivan, Joey. Looks like he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's moving nicely, reads the play well.
Yeah, he's a really good organising halfback. It's a nice sleight of hand there, the way he looked in, dummied, came to the outside. Watch this. Someone will come underneath Alex Glenn. He'll just hold the ball up, 2 hands, look in, and then play out. Look what it does to the edge defence. Dugan, he had no idea where his outside men were.
Cronulla haven't lost 3 consecutive games in a regular season since 2016. And they are being served up a real challenge by the Broncos.
Yeah, big couple of minutes here leading into half-time for the home side.
O'Sullivan! Tackled by Nakora. Now McCulloch's going to try his luck. They get numbers around him, he'll get over the line but won't be able to get the ball down.
Tackle 3, we got held up. Okay, fellas, let go. Andrew, you play, mate. Wait for the whistle, mate.
Tackle 3, Andrew.
You can see the belief in this Broncos team growing by the minute.
Time on, tackle 3.
They're a bunch of kids, really, with a couple of notable exceptions right here.
Yeah, a bit scrappy now.
Well, that's a shame. Because they were really building. Nobody's told them that they're inexperienced and underdogs in this game. And they could have got something before half-time. It would have just put their confidence sky high.
Okay, clock's off, get it in. Stay in.
Origin 3, the decider for 2019. ANZ Stadium, Wednesday, 7 p.m, exclusively live right here on 9. You can also secure your seat in the Blatchies Blues with tickets starting from just $95. Head to nrl.com/tickets for more information about that. They've made another mistake, the Sharks.
Yeah, Jack Williams here just loses possession. Lost all technique there in playing the football. Well, the Broncos had that chance again to extend the scoreboard. They're close to getting a full set in here. It's an unforced one, that.
Sharks, the shot clock's still going, fellas. Don't go, guys, 20 seconds.
What about a kick for Xavier Coates?
Just wait. Head in, Matt. Shot clock off.
Why not?
Ball in. Out.
Do some exploring first when you run out of time. They've got a contest on that side.
Pangai sends it out the back. Carrigan mops it up.
Jason up.
19 short. The Broncos with a 4-point lead. Half-time less than a minute away. Lodge runs it up to the 10. Stopped by Brayley and Williams. McCulloch away down to Turpin. It's a sloppy pass. It's picked up by Shibasaki. 35 seconds left in the half. Coates is at dummy half. Another bad ball. 3 bounces. Turpin got it. Gives it to Patrick Carrigan. O'Sullivan takes on the line again. Gets half through. But he lost the ball. He's been keen to run, O'Sullivan, this afternoon.
He's playing well, Sean O'Sullivan. Getting a lot of room with the ball in his hands. Because the Broncos' big man was grabbing a hamstring there. Either that or he's got an itch.
It looks likely when he takes on the line. Almost an opportunity there with a line break just before half-time. Well, that is a scoreline not many people were expecting. A vastly under-strength Brisbane team had the lead at half-time. Broncos 12, Sharks 8. Sam Thaiday. Here's Cronulla with the big assignment ahead of them in the second half against this plucky young Broncos team. They trail 12 points to 8, but this is a very unfortunate sign for Sean O'Sullivan. He has gone for the game, we're told, a hamstring injury. We saw him just limping, Andrew, before half-time, and his first 40 minutes was very, very good.
He's the best player on the field in the first half. In the last play, took the line on, got up, started grabbing that hamstring. I think Andrew McCulloch, he'll go to halfback. Seguiaro will go to hooker. Well, on paper, you think the Sharks just roll straight out of the top.
Well, their second halves have been markedly better than their first halves this year. Cronulla outfit too. They score on average 13 points in their second halves and concede just 7, which is a real reversal on what they do in the first 40 minutes of their game. So they finish well, and they'll need to, given what Brisbane have showed us so far. Very determined. Here's Reece Kennedy. Tackled on the 30-metre line. Well, they'll need a real captain's knock from Darius, won't they, to get them home?
Yeah, and also from Turpin in regards to kicking. Here he is now. Sullivan out. He's their first string kicker.
It's a 40-20.
It's a 40-20?
Outside the 40.
Just outside the 40.
Watching that opening set, the first half was some damage done on the edge and with their kicking game, but the damage was done in the middle of the field by the Broncos forwards. That set, they just, just a foot just outside of it. That set there, they just rolled forward, played the ball too quick, which then the knock-on effect, the Sharks can't get off the line with any line speed. First thing that the Sharks are going to do is start winning the ruck. Get off the line quick. Slow the ruck down. At the moment, the Broncos forwards are just punching holes through the middle.
Of course, the other thing too to consider is that Darius Boyd actually played 5'8" last week, but what would they do then at fullback if they were to move him up into the halves? Let's get a comment from Alana's sideline.
Yeah, we just saw Captain Paul Gallen on the sideline with his jacket on. He's got a little bit of tightness in his glute, so they're just going to play it safe and we won't see him for the rest of the night.
Seguiaro has won this back, has he? Was there a knock on?
I think he might have knocked on.
He knocks it on the ground. Well done, mate.
Gee, that was just thrown at the back from Cronulla, and again, the urgency all coming from the visiting team.
Okay.
Well, that shows the mentality of Cronulla. They've come here with wanting to trick shot their way to victory. Second set of the second half, coming out of trouble, you get bent back and then you just throw the grenade out. It'll change their mindset here, the Sharks.
Okay, clock off.
Look at
Get
the
it
try
in.
they
Stay
conceded.
in.
When
Get it in.
the Sharks players were right circling around the ball and everyone looking at each other. No one wanted it. Clean it up. Jack Williams, line ball pass to Bakuya.
Well, that's it. They've got to roll their sleeves up now.
Release.
I thought they went to the wide game too early in the first half, and they weren't committing the defence. Got to earn that right. Make a dent in the middle first. Jake Townsend getting driven back. Look at the Brisbane jerseys. They saw blood in the water and converged.
Now Johnson will kick. Fecky's giving a spirited chase after this ball on the right-hand wing. Boyd will have to be good. Beats one, can't beat two.
You keep that. That's a big play. And from the kick, have a look at Fecky. Have a look at the chase. He goes straight to fourth gear and chases down top of your screen. Watch Fecky on the wing. I don't know what Josh Dugan's doing, the centre. He didn't follow him down. But he embarrasses his teammates to get down with him. They force a replay.
Time your run.
And that was Nakora coming out with the tackle again. He's come up with a couple of really important ones on that edge. So bounce.
Oh, straight past Morland's right boot. Oh, Carrigan winding up Jack Williams.
Well, they're attacking without the football, Brisbane.
Here's Hamlin Ueli straightening the point of attack. Met by Kennedy, James Seguiaro. Spent 2 years here as a Shark in 17-18, as we know. In fact, was signed to the club briefly at the start of the year and had to be released because of salary cap issues. Johnson showing it. Moylan stops, gives it back to Johnson. Now for Jaden Brayley. Now for Townsend, and now for Kate Ball, and then Sherry catches and passes. Josh Morris down the flank for the line. Morris! I think he scored. Rolls his way over the line. And arm outstretched and has scored.
Well, if Josh Dugan did a great job to get the ball down in the first half for a try, Josh Morris, well, he's come up with something even more difficult. Good movement down the left-hand side here. Now Suzu D-Max replay. Ball will come back. Nice set of hands here out wide to put Morris away. Yeah, two really good passes there. He comes back off his left and then somehow maintains possession of the football to get it over. Great hands there from Cherry. Alani, got a good view of that one.
Great view on the sideline, Solo. I thought Catewell did a great job. He set himself quite deep, and his first offload was very good. He gave himself enough time, and then we saw Cherry get the ball away, and Morris, an unbelievable stretch. What a finish.
You go back to the kick, which was a beauty. Great chase led by Fecky. And that got them possession back.
That was good from Bronson Sherry, wasn't it? Saw there was a 2-on-1 and got it straight out to Morris playing on the wing outside of Sherry this afternoon.
Back him in.
Well, they can't buy a conversion at the moment.
Not with your money, Matt.
It's going to be a small bet. Well, they're due. Let's put it that way. He's going to leave it out there. 12 all.
Into this second half, we are all tied up. Sharkies 12, Broncos 12.
Just wait. Katoni, hold. Time the run, Alex.
$12 points each. Sunday footy, thanks to Chemist Warehouse here in the Shire, and Hamlin Ueli running it back and himself unexpectedly in a bit of clear air.
Well, he got a long way out, didn't he, from a restart. Second carry and they're 35 out from their own line, Cronulla.
Right on the halfway, centre of PointsBet Stadium. Johnson, fourth tackle, plugs it to the right-hand side and finds the touchline.
Well, if they roll their sleeves up here, the Sharks, and really rip in, they're 1/2 and 5/8 at the moment for the Broncos. They're both dummy halves. So if they get off that line, control the ruck, the Broncos really shouldn't score another try.
Well, I'm sitting here exactly like I did last week with Cronulla up against the Bulldogs, just waiting for them to come over the top. It didn't happen. And everything is made to order for them this last half hour. But you're far from confident.
Another strong run by Pangai, an offload to go on the back of it. Shibasaki lurking around the ball. They missed 22 tackles, Cronulla. On average, they miss only 21 per game. We're just after half time. Played by Patrick Carrigan. Away from Matthew Lodge. Offloading. Boyd. The Stags. Collared by Dugan. Here's Alex Glenn. Gets over the halfway and keeps going forward. Good determined run from the Broncos veteran. Back to McCulloch. That was a neat little chip towards the corner, and he'll find the touchline with it.
You can imagine 8 weeks ago, the Brisbane Broncos looking forward to round 16 and their halves were Andrew McCulloch and Jake Turpin.
Well, with O'Sullivan starting and Turpin at 7 and 6 respectively, that's the most inexperienced halves combination a Brisbane team has ever fielded. And there's poor Sean O'Sullivan. It's such bad luck for him, isn't it? When you consider they've got Tom Dearden out injured and his opportunity came through that injury, and now O'Sullivan's gone down himself.
Well, he's the best player on the field for the first half.
And Nicarena left the club. We've got Matt Milford out there this afternoon. 2 hookers playing as their 6 and 7.
Sherry with some power to break out of that tackle of Xavier Coates. Kennedy in 15. And Turpin in 6 eventually stopped his run. Williams this time up the middle. Similar to last week. Jack Williams straight through the centre. Gives it to Brayley. Moylan's there in support. One-handed catch. He'll make a bird of it. Gives the pass away, and Josh Morris will score a second.
Yeah, the acceleration. The benchman, Jack Williams. This is what they have to do, the Sharks. Oh, he's an injury. Another injury to the Broncos. Look at the acceleration here. Jack Williams. Azusa D-Max replay. Look at the acceleration for a forward, and then finds Brayley on the inside. Matt Moylan, beautiful hands, gets the ball behind him, finds Josh Morris on the outside. Sam?
I think it was Alex Glenn there on that left-hand side. He gets up a little bit further than James Seguiaro, creates that hole. But Jack Williams has been fantastic since he's come on. He's copped a few big hits, but, you know, it hasn't stopped him from running hard. Fantastic work there. Great hands there by Moylan. And then great pass there to finish it all off. Great taste by Katoni Stagg. But another try there to the Sharks. Let's see if they can kick this one.
Yeah, really good support play there from a number of players, but especially the hooker, Jaden Brayley, to push up on the inside. Once you're a defender that goes past the football and a pass is thrown, your side is always in trouble, and Sam's spot on. Alex Glenn went up past Seguiaro, and Williams was good enough to take advantage.
You back him in?
Can they buy a kick? It's very, very similar to the last attempt.
Do you back him in?
That was pushed to right. I'm going to back him in because he'll make the alteration to kick it further to the left-hand side where he was last time.
No.
No. No, I'm off.
Minutes remaining here at Points Stadium, 4 points of difference. The Cronulla-Sutherland 16 of Broncos 12.
Stay behind, Herbie.
16 points to 12. The Sharks in front. They're going to come and try and find an overlap here from the restart. It was there for them last time. And now Hamlin Ueli gets up near the 40-metre line. They went through their hands. They had a two-man overlap.
Let's give it to Bronson Sherritt. Please, and score under the post.
And you're spot on, Matt. It was on the last restart as well down that side.
Yeah, it's 4 tries to 2 this game, and there's a 4-point margin. Cronulla's goal kicking, dare I say it, is dangling the carrot for their opponents once more.
Well, there's a little bit of movement on the bench, I believe, Sam Friday, which might be a remedy for that.
Yeah, that's right. The Sharks actually would be kicking themselves at the moment, to be honest. Their best kicker is on the sideline, and that's Paul Gallen. But he has not missed a goal this year. But just on a serious note, Gemma Shibasaki won't be back tonight. He has a compound dislocation of his finger.
All right, Sam, thanks. There's Coates getting up and taking that catch above Morris and Townsend. So Cole Flanagan is actually their #1 goal kicker in the club, and he's getting ready to come out there.
Trying to find out how they accommodate him, who they come off.
Maybe he goes in a dummy half with Jaden Brayley, who has played sort of the first 50 minutes to an hour for most of the year before his brother Blake has come on. So I wonder whether that might be a similar role, albeit with someone who isn't a recognised dummy half. Offload from Pangai, who gets it back and then throws a wonky old one. Oh, nice work from Carrigan to kick it up off the ground. Seguiaro from the 40. Kicks it down to Moylan, who gets a serious Bronx cheer from the Sharks faithful.
Good work, mate.
And it is Jaden Brayley off, so Flanagan looks like he's going to go into dummy half. Here's Sherry. They're starting to punch some holes in them now, Cronulla. Away to Nakora. Now the 18 out there, Keenan Palisaya, another one of the uncapped players for Brisbane this afternoon. Jumper number 18 from Wynnum Manly in Brisbane. Here goes Moylan, feeding a pass to Kate Ball, now to Sherry. Josh Morris is going to score 3 in a row.
Oh, beautiful. Have a look at the work here from Kurt Capel. They've got the wind in their sails now, the Cronulla Sharks. And this is a brilliant move here, and Kurt Capel is, I'm with you, Matt, if there is a problem for Queensland Origin, he might just find his way in on the Isuzu D-Max replay here. Like nice and straight. Beautiful manoeuvre there to beat one and get on the inside of another, and then it created the 2-on-1 overlap.
Inexperienced on the edge of the field. Jake Turpin, you'll see him 3 in. He'll come in, and on the outside, Katoni Staggs stays out. Just no communication on the edge of the field, and then it's a training gallop for the Sharks. Really poor edge defence there. Alana,
Yeah, well, it was very similar to the way they scored their last try. Kurt Capewell again having his hand in it. It's interesting to see the Sharks now. Their body language, their spirits are up. They're patting each other on the back, but this is the real test. Kyle Flano, he's lining up to convert the try.
It's been a while since he scored 3. I think it was 2012, wasn't it?
Got a good memory.
Long term, not short term.
All right, now Kyle Flanagan is going to take over the kicking. Back
Matt,
him in.
do you back him in?
Leave me out.
Leave me out.
Where's Middo? I'm going to back him in.
Righto.
Yeah.
.22 metres out on the scrum line. Kyle Flanagan. Can they finally kick a goal?
It's taking a long time.
He's got it. There we are. They've kicked one.
I'll let you sort that out, mate.
The Sharks have wrestled command of this game. Trailing 12-8 at half-time. Josh Morris has scored a hat-trick after the break.
And the conversion of that last try just about brought the loudest cheer of the afternoon.
Moylan at pace. Away to Capewell. Cut down on the halfway line. Away for Chad Townsend. Short to Bakuya, who got whacked by Lodge coming across. Now Townsend, a chip for the corner. Boyd, oh, he's going to be in trouble here, Darius. There's no way back for him. Precise kick by Townsend, an enthusiastic chase, and the Broncos skipper is dead in goal.
Yeah, beautiful play. A lot to go forward. The last 10 minutes for the Sharks. Chad Townsend, beautiful kick. Absolutely beautiful kick. Every time they look to bring the ball to their left,
Time you
Box
run.
and Sherry's side, causing a lot of dramas.
Well, you'd think in weeks to come, Joey, when Wade Graham comes back on that left edge, that is going to be extremely potent.
Matt Moylan's come off. And it's a genuine interchange. There's no issue with him, it doesn't seem. So Aaron Woods has gone out onto the park and Moylan off.
We've got Morris at fullback. Capewell comes to the left wing, which is the way Townsend's coming. Sherry now.
Sherry, does he need anyone? Oh, that was dangerous. Townsend sends it to Woods, who links up with Johnson. And now a short ball to Cora. Tackled around the legs by McCulloch. Here's Kyle Flanagan for Jack Williams. Stopped by Seguiaro. A kick by Flanagan. Can he find the in goal? No, it's stopped. Lodge has got it back for the Broncos. Oh.
Fellas.
Well, in years gone by, a trip would be an automatic send-off.
Fellas.
You can
Well, I
penalise the ball
think
carrier
his
here.
foot, Flanagan's foot is caught up somehow.
I'll
and
not
Matt
play the ball
Lodge-
tackle one unless anyone's got any
Flashes
other
out.
issues.
Kicks
Yes,
out.
mate. Yep.
So his foot, he actually grabs his foot. And then UFC law.
On report, knee to the head.
They're saying a knee to the head. Can we have a look at the replay again, mate?
I've got a dig. One ref, mate.
Flanagan has been penalised for an apparent knee to the head. Now where? In here somewhere. Oh!
No, James, he's in front of you. Wait, no, he's in front of you.
Okay.
All rather unsavoury there.
Payne Haas.
There's not much future doing that to a 120 kilo front row.
I'm just
as a
wondering,
half.
does the first incident cancel out the second incident?
Well, who's on report, did they say?
Flanagan's on
Flanagan.
report.
Yeah, well, so it should be.
But then does that cancel out the Lodge trip with the foot? Anyway, we'll find out. McCulloch backing up Seguiaro.
So the pass looked a little bit suspect, but boy, do they need something here, Brisbane.
There are 12 metres out now. Seguiaro looks left, goes right. It's with Turpin now for Boyd. Steps inside. Darius might get there himself. No. Held by Josh Morris. James Seguiaro with a short pass. Payne Haas has scored. This game isn't done with yet.
Well, the spacing, great try there from Payne Haas. The young man showing his pace and his power. Have a look at the spacing around the middle of the field of the Sharks. Terrible. Isuzu D-Max replay. Driven a bus through there.
And getting Payne Haas one-on-one with Kyle Flanagan. Only one winner there. Sam.
Yeah, fantastic work there. That's what happens when you got James Seguiaro out there on the field. He takes a run from dummy half. Andrew McCulloch backing him up. They try one play to the right-hand side, come back. Big gaps, big holes through the middle of the field. Broncos are still in this game.
Absolutely they are, Sam. They'll be within 4 points after this kick from in front. They've conceded 3 tries after half-time. But Payne Haas has put a bit of life back into it. They probably wouldn't have been down that end of the field if not for the Flanagan indiscretion. Stags him in front, makes it 4 points. 22 points to 18.
Yeah, that'll be a talking point out of this game, no matter who wins. He's on the ground.
Oh, gee.
That does not look good. And it certainly doesn't condone Matt Lodge getting up and doing what he did, but boy, it's fair provocation.
We'll be able to talk about
Time your run, fellas. No
with
earlies.
the panel on 100% footy.
Wait for it.
Join Gus and Gal. Gus is watching, Gal's playing. As we cross to both camps for State of Origin, and our experts will break down the keys to victory in that enthralling Origin decider, which will be coming your way exclusively live on 9 on Wednesday night. 10:15 tomorrow night, 100% footy on 9. Can't imagine Kyle Flanagan is. Can't imagine that's part of his game at all, being a young half and now amongst the big men seems a bit out of character. Here goes James Seguiaro. Now Moylan's got a knee problem, which is why he's been taken off the park, as Payne Haas rumbles over the 40-metre line. A bit less than 18 minutes left. And it's Brisbane trailing by 4. McCulloch puts a high kick up ball. The ball's allowed to bounce, and it bounces fortuitously for Nakora to get it back.
Someone told Josh Morris when you're fullback, you've got to catch the ball on the full.
Offside.
That was hilarious.
Offside.
Can't imagine Josh has played too much fullback throughout his career.
I'm wondering why he hasn't just gone to centre and Dugan gone back to fullback.
That's a good point.
Remember seeing his brother Brett play fullback? He was devastated.
Townsend for Williams. He's played big minutes off the bench, Jack. 40 minutes now. Woods with a pass for Johnson. Here's Dugan. He's been an Origin fullback, Josh Dugan. Would have thought that was a bit of a no-brainer to send him back there, but John Morris has gone the other way. Here goes Johnson for a kick by Townsend, and Capewell's chasing. Oh, Coates has left it behind. Desperation by Staggs. Saves a try.
That's been a learning experience for the young man, hasn't it? Xavier Coates was unable to regather a football in the first half, which led to a try. And he just has a wild air swing with that right leg.
Well, Capewell pushes him. Lucky. Oh, no, he doesn't.
He's had 2 catches in the air, which have been highlight reel stuff, and 2 on the ground, which haven't.
Maybe put him on the ground. Don't bomb to him.
Alana?
Just an update on Matt Moylan. We saw him come from the field with a lower hamstring concern. They're not too worried about it, but we won't see him for the rest of the night.
Oh, another trap which hasn't quite worked out. And the ball rolls an extra 15 metres for Morris, who slips over on the halfway and stopped by Turpin. And Tavita Pangai. Flanagan with a pass away to Townsend, now to Woods. Only 4 points. It's a tantalising margin. The Sharks had all the running. You thought they were going to go straight past Brisbane. That try for Brisbane has just steadied it somewhat. On the 20 now, Johnson. At the back, Townsend. Oh, great tackle. Dugan dumped by Alex Glenn.
Bang!
Townsend.
He might want to go to fullback, Matt.
Across he goes. Yes, get me out of here. Now Johnson. Trapped by Payne Haas. On the last tackle. The experience of Townsend. Oh, at the back on the ground. Morris is going to chase it. He's dumped over the sideline.
Hand over. Change over.
Wooshka. Josh Dugan's having a laugh about it.
Is he laughing or grimacing?
That was a good one.
Come back, come on, all the way.
A brief stint on the bench for Matthew Lodge. Now Farnworth off the wing, the youngster.
He's been good today. Runs hard.
Payne Haas.
They've got great builds, the young wingers, aren't they? When they grow into their bodies, there's going to be something to deal with.
McCulloch. He's going to put a tester in. Oh, good kick right against the sideline. Morris was nearly sent over. Farnworth with a good chase along with Alex Glenn. Here's Becky. Brisbane surging. They're giving away age and experience, but they're not giving away anything in terms of enthusiasm.
Big space if they're willing to pass the ball.
And they're going to do that now. It's with Townsend. Come out to Bakuya, who goes back to Townsend. He's got Sherry there. Is he in the clear? Oh, just stopped. He stopped twice, in fact, with legs tackles by Katoni Staggs. Oh, Townsend's dropped it.
And Bronson Sherry, he's hobbling. He's hit on a hamstring.
Well, they lost Moylan. If they were to lose Sherry, they're just about out of troops.
Well, they're very compact, the Brisbane Broncos, as Matt Lodge takes it forward. It's a weird and wonderful game, this one.
Hasn't it? So Gus isn't here, but he'd be at home in the armchair going the Bermuda Triangle, wouldn't he?
It's Palasaya there.
He's Lodge. He's Turpin. That's come off Bakuya. Pryor's going to go through, but it's a knock on.
Brisbane ball.
We always do that, Josh. Start the clock. Mark to you, mate. You're right, take it.
Cricket World Cup semi-finals. They're all locked down now. India finishing top of the table, and they'll take on New Zealand on Tuesday. You'll see that on 9Gem ahead of the blockbuster. Australia versus England. You'll see that on 9 on Thursday after the Aussies went down to South Africa overnight to surrender top spot
And at one stage, not so long ago, England were in danger of missing out on the semi-finals.
Come good, haven't they?
Who'll win that?
Well, the two favourites were England and India, and they could potentially meet in the final. Now, penalty Brisbane.
What an important period of the game coming up now. Payne Haas takes it forward. They can score and get in front here, the Broncos. It'll be tough to run down. They'll find even more effort. Seguiaro inside.
It's Flegler. Stopped by Pryor. 8 metres out, right in the middle of the park. Seguiaro bobbles it and loses it from dummy half.
First one, Brisbane. Next one.
He just had a look up there as he was about to pick the football, James Seguiaro. That is a huge let-off.
They've got some great young players coming through the Broncos.
Darius, ball heads in. Block off. Okay. Get it in, please, Shane. Stay in, Brisbane. Stay in. Out.
Bronson Cherry shrugged off whatever it was wrong with him.
Every time he gets the ball, something's happening.
Bakuya tackled by Seguiaro and Payne Haas and Tavita Pangai. Away to Townsend. Plays out the back to Johnson. Shows it and then goes to Morris, who links up with Dugan. Covered by Alex Glenn. He's made some big tackles in the second half over on that side of the park. Fecky. Johnson. Only tackled 3. The ball holds up in the field of play. And Boyd tries to skip around the defence, but Williams has got him. Here's Herbie Farnworth. And McCulloch, nowhere to go. Nakora read that one like a book, didn't he? And whacked the Broncos number 9.
He's been excellent again this afternoon, Nakora. The New Zealand Test side this season. Really consistent season for him as Matt Lodge. Cut out past the Flegler. Some footwork there on the edge.
Jake Turpin. The kick finds Fecky. We'll get back beyond the 30. Haas with Lodge leading the charge. 11 metres out from the halfway line as Flanagan goes away to Josh Morris. When did he last score a hat-trick? Was it again, Andrew?
2012. Thanks, Miller.
Ward's inside ball, nice one too. Pryor backing up, but Pangai read it. Third tackle. This is Bakuya. Ball's come out. Well, the longer they leave the window open, Peter, the more they're inviting this young Broncos team to come and get them.
If there is one, next try wins. The Broncos are in the contest, shaping on the inside. Matt Lodge's hand dislodges the football. Poor carry.
Just under 8 minutes remaining here at Brisbane Stadium. 4 points for difference.
Block off.
And
Heads in.
equal play coming out.
What the coaches say, you don't know about first grade coaching until you've lost 3 in a row.
Anthony Seibold might lose 4 in a row. For the second time this year. Here's Matt Lodge. And Haas. Another explosive run. That's a good one.
What a try.
Oh, he's going to be something, isn't he? On his way.
Andrew McCulloch.
Someone just ripped his boot and threw it off. Is that a Ben Hunt in Origin 1 to Boyd Cordner?
Here's Turpin. Now where's Coates? There he is. Oh, it's fallen for Staggs. Gets one away. Pangai over the top. Seguiaro. It's the last tackle. He'll kick to the in goal. Oh, desperate from Johnson.
Beautiful from Brisbane. Get the football back. And the great catch this time from Staggs. Swivels. Finds Pangai over the top to Seguiaro. Sums up the situation. Knows it's the last. Dribbles it through. Keeps the pressure on.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, mate. No earlies, fellas. Wait.
Now Johnson wasn't the sweetest of strikes, and Lodge is going to charge back. He leaves Kyle Flanagan on the deck. Ball's come free, but backwards. Oh, it's a strip.
Aaron Wood, strip. Okay.
They can tap and go, and McCulloch's the man to do it. 11 out. Might have been a second effort. Milk says the referee. Flegler now. Oh, if you're a Sharks fan, aren't you nervous right here? Brisbane, a couple out from the line. A bit over 5 left. Jake Turpin, Tavita Pangai. Call ball back, and Turpin will score for Brisbane. That's amazing. That's the pass of the season, just about.
Oh, it's a great ball. He's such a handful when he's on song, is Pangai. And they did not see that coming back on the inside. The Isuzu D-Max replay, a little bit of footwork, gets him in between defenders. He attracts 4 across, nobody coming over in cover. They didn't think they were needed. Well, Jake Turpin straight through on the back of that great offload.
Well, they overchased from the inside. That's the problem. What a great pass. Sam?
I thought Matt Chechen was going to make the tackle there for 1 second. He was right in the right position where maybe one of the Sharks defenders should have been, but I thought Tavita Pangai Jr. has been fantastic on that right edge today. It's a position he wants to play. He wants to play back row, and I think tonight he's really showing Anthony Seibold that he is a back rower.
Well, this is some performance from this Brisbane side. They lose their halfback at halftime. They're inexperienced across the park. Haven't been in good form of late. Katoni Staggs about to put them in front with 4 minutes to play.
What a game of footy. It's been weird and wonderful. And the Broncos are 2 points ahead with 4 minutes left on the clock. Andrew, no team has ever lost 3 consecutive games scoring more tries than their opposition. The Sharks have scored 5 tries to 4 this afternoon. Last week they outscored Canterbury, and the same with Canberra the week before that.
Well, Sean Johnson's been hooked. Dead set hooked. He's walking here looking up the coach's box.
Stay behind, fellas. Stay behind.
Absolutely filthy.
Wait for it. Wait.
So Flanagan's gone to 5'8". Jaden Brayley's gone to dummy half.
Stay behind.
He didn't need to tell Joey that. He knew it.
Of course I did. That's a big decision from Josh Morris. I can't remember Sean Johnson being tackled. Yeah? Maybe down here on the last play.
Second half involvement has been nowhere near at the rate of the first 40 minutes. Brisbane 24, Cronulla 22. 3.5 left in this match. This would be up there with one of the most famous Broncos wins ever if they can get it done. They were comparing this team to the baby Broncos, of course, all the way back in 2002, which was a very famous result for them with 6 players on NRL debut on that occasion. They've got only 3 this afternoon.
Well, hang on, we are at Shark Park and we've still got a couple of minutes to go here.
It's far from done. Oh, Staggs has given away a penalty.
Not quick, Aaron's in front. Time off if you want, time off.
Hang on. March 10, so Chad Townsend, it's a good touch finder.
It's a very good touch finder. 15 metres over the halfway line.
Funny things happen.
Here goes Pryor. Plays it now to Jaden Brayley. Ball comes to Flanagan and now to Aaron Woods. 19 short of the Broncos line. Tackle number 2, under 2.5 to go. Kyle Flanagan up for Chad Townsend. Now for Bakuya, that was high. Oh, the fans are blowing up in the stands. The referee saw it and let it fly. Away to Flanagan. Gives a pass out now for Dugan. Tries the in and away. Oh, look out! Dugan keeps it. Oh, he gets it over the sideline with the pass.
Great tackle. Farnworth involved in that one. He was looking desperately to get the ball back in the field to play, Josh Dugan. The closer he got to the sideline, but they got there in numbers, Brisbane. Cut out pass from Flanagan. And Glenn from the inside, who's been tremendous in defence on that left-hand side for the Broncos with his winger. Barrel him over the sideline. They just win them the game, that.
Hey boys, just awareness, one-on-one strips.
Seconds lock, hop in. Thanks, fellas. Seconds lock, hop in.
See, in this instance, you sort of think, well, if the Sharks were to get out of it, it would be through a Sean Johnson or a Matt Moreland.
They're both off.
Neither of them there.
He's made a statement, the coach, hasn't he?
Well, he was scathing on the senior players at full-time last week. And Johnson sent to the bench when the game is there to be won.
Well, last week they turned up thinking all they had to do was turn up and win. Not do the hard work early. And I have to say, today has looked the same.
185 running metres for Matthew Lodge this afternoon at Haas.
Yeah, after Morris scored his third, they were flying.
Absolute.
Kicking early, getting down. On the chase, last tackle now.
Big kick this one, Turpin. Kurt Capel's playing on the wing. He takes it on his own 10-metre line. This is Cronulla's last roll of the dice today. It's got to be Bronson Xerri, hasn't it?
Well, they've got to work the ball to the right-hand side, open it up for Xerri.
45 seconds left. Brisbane by 2. Is there another twist in this? He's lost it, Williams.
No, there's not.
The Broncos are going to win it.
He was changing direction as the pass was being delivered.
30 seconds.
Well, this is an extraordinary result
What a win.
for a bunch of young Broncos. 3 of them never played in the NRL before. They started with a hooker at 5'8", a halfback in his 3rd NRL game. He went off at half-time. It has just been courage and enthusiasm.
We're going to have the scrum, Tavita.
Well, when asked about this game, Anthony Seibold said the thing that excited him was looking at the future of this club.
Put your hands in now.
And with all the talent that's there, if they play with this energy, enthusiasm and desire, good things are coming.
They've got 15 seconds left. Boyd's tackle with it. Katoni Staggs. There might be one more play the ball, and Darius Boyd is going to be the man to pick it up. He'll be tackled with it, and the Broncos have snapped this losing streak with a bunch of kids. Anthony Seibold over the moon, and so he should be. All their Origin players out. Anthony Milford injured. It's a mix and match team, and they've come to Cronulla and produced one of the most famous wins for this very famous club.
And they lost their halfback at half-time. Andrew Johns described him as the best player on the field after the first 40 as well.
Was this may be a turning point for the Broncos?